Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Titan, AKT, if you're following us on social media. In this video, I'm going to go over my thoughts on the stock market heading into tomorrow, August 22nd. And I'm also going to give you guys a stock that I think can see some more downwards movement. Before I get into that, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment your thoughts below. Let's get straight into it. All right, so if we're looking at the SPY on the weekly, as of now, it looks very bearish. All right, it looks very bearish. All right, if we zoom in, we see 3 rejections off this trend line. All right, we see 3 rejections off the top trend line, and I think we're going to see more downwards movement this week. Heading into tomorrow, historically, Mondays typically mirror Fridays. All right, it doesn't necessarily happen right away, but if Friday ends red, then sometimes Monday ends red. All right, now this isn't 100%, but it happens more often than not. So that's what I mean when I say historically. All right, so as of now, the key levels I am looking at on the SPY is 415. All right, will it reach 415? I don't know, but that is the key level you want to look out for, because that is a very important level. All right, 415 and then 410. Okay, 410, 415 to the downside. As far as the upside goes, the main level you want to look out for is 430. Okay, 430 if you want to see more upside. All right, we had a hard time breaking above 430. We broke above it a little bit, but we weren't able to hold, so be careful as far as upside. That is the only time I will be looking at the SPY for more upside, but for now I am looking at more bearish movement. Not only that, but we do have a reversal pattern here that I think is going to play out. I believe it's a hammer. Don't quote me on that. I don't know every reversal pattern in the world, but I would definitely be looking into that, and I do think we're going to see some type of downwards movement. All right, not only that, if we are looking at the daily chart, we have broken out of this range. Okay, bear flag, rising wedge, whatever you want to call it, it has broken below it. Okay, and you can see it clear as day. Okay, we have gotten out of here, and now we are breaking lower. Okay, another key level that I want to look out for more downwards movement is 420. Okay, as you can see, we're still holding the 420. Our smoothing indicator is still at 420. I would definitely look for that level. But as far as turning completely bearish, you want to be paying attention to 410 range. Okay, 410 range. 415, you want to be like you want to be neutral. But once we hit 410 and once we hit below 410, that's when you start to panic. If you are a bull or if you want to be a bear, that's when you will start really being bearish, at least for me. Okay, not financial advice. Do what you want with that info. All right, so as for now, heading into tomorrow, I am bearish. I do expect some more downside if we break 420. Okay, next, we want to look at the Nasdaq. All right, now the Nasdaq is a bit tricky here. So if we go to the Nasdaq weekly chart, there we go. If we go to the Nasdaq weekly chart, we are just above our flag. Okay, we are just above our flag. We are really just we could potentially be retesting here, or we could be breaking below it. All right, and your key level is 13,100. Okay, I would like to see a test of 13,100. all right, if we break below 13,200, I haven't looked at after hours, but I'm pretty sure if we break below 13,200, you want to see a move towards 13,100. At most, at minimum, you want to see, at max you want to see a touch of 13,000. Okay, you want to see that retest of 13,000. At least personally, I would like to see that before we have more upside and before I be more comfortable into jumping into calls. All right, not only that, we have a lot of news this week. All right, we have GDP, and then we have Jerome Powell speaking, or the Fed speaking, as of Friday. So there's going to be a lot going on this week, but as of now, we really don't have any means to push above that 430 level on the SPY. So, and we don't have a means to push above 13,500 on Nasdaq. All right, are we sitting on good news? Sure, but it's clearly not enough, and it's shown that it is not enough news for us to push much higher. So I do expect us to continue further down. All right, so again, on the Nasdaq, you want to be paying attention to 13,000 13,200, 13,100, and 13,000. All right, those are the levels you want to be paying attention to. All right, if we go to the daily chart, same thing. We can get a closer look, and we see that this is clearly a bull flag. We tried to break out, but as you can see, we were not able to. Okay, we just were not able to. It was a false breakout, and we continue to break back down. Did we get a lot of good movement off of it? Sure, we got a lot of good calls off of it, but it clearly was not enough to hold, and it looks like we're breaking back down. All right, we even are testing below our smoothing indicator, all right, our 9 EMA. So that is what I will be paying attention to. We either retest here and then we continue to bounce back up, or we break below here and then we take the rest of the tech sector with us. All right, so you definitely want to be paying attention to that. So again, best case scenario, if you're a bull, you want to see a bounce here. All right, if you're a bear, you want to see us break below here. All right, what could potentially happen if we go back up? You could potentially get a move or a double top here. All right, you could get a double top here and then we continue to break back down. All right, so just be careful for that on the Nasdaq if you are trading tech like stocks. All right, so if we do bounce back up and we retest, we could potentially get a double top here and then we break back down below. Okay, so for now I am more biased towards the bearish side. Okay, I think that's pretty obvious. All right, or we just get a move completely down. All right, one way or the other, I am bearish for now. Again, we just don't have that news to push us much higher. All right, and we need some type of news to push us higher. I don't think this is a bear trap. Okay, could it be a bear trap for the longer term? Sure, but for short term, I don't believe this is a bear trap. I think we're going to see some more downside. Okay, so the stock that I am looking at and I'm currently in is Apple. All right, Apple looks really good here. Okay, if we go to our weekly, Apple looks really good. Okay, let me get rid of this and that. So what happened on Apple? If we paid attention to what I just said about the SPY and how the SPY it looks exactly like Apple. And I know the SPY is not directly connected with Apple or anything like that. You want to really pay attention to the Nasdaq and everything, but it's the same thing. The Apple is doing the same exact thing that SPY is. All right, and as you can see, we're consistently rejecting our trend, our top trend line. We keep rejecting it. All right, so I did take puts. I took 170 puts for this week and 170 puts for September 16th, and I alerted it to the group as well. So definitely pay attention to that. Not only that, but we have rejected here. This is clear as day that we have rejected our trend. Okay, so levels you want to look out for on Apple is that 170 level, and then the lowest I think it can go, at least for now, is 168.5. You really want to pay attention to 168.5. Going to our daily chart, same thing. All right, we already broke below this trend here. We do have some tough resistance around 168.5, so that's definitely the level I want to be watching. Okay, I really want to be watching that level. After hours, we already broke below this trend. Let's get a closer look. After hours, we already broke below this trend, and we just needed to hold. Okay, we just needed to hold. But 168.5 is the level I'm looking out for on Apple, and then I am fine with my play. All right, any lower, completely fine with, but I do think Apple could go much lower. Okay, it is very overextended. In fact, the whole market is completely overextended, so I do expect some type of cool down heading into GDP this week, as well as Jerome Powell speaking. All right, even here on the hourly chart, same thing. We've already broken this trend. We've already broken our trend line in after hours. I believe Apple is at like 170.60 something, whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter. We're still broken below this trend line. All right. So somebody asked me, why did I take this trade? If we look closely, I'm going to explain to you guys really, really simple, right? One, we rejected up here in this range. Okay, we already rejected up here from Apple. It was around 175. We just could not stay above 175. All right, which was our key psychological level. Okay, so what I was waiting for is a continuation to a breakdown, some sign of a continuation to a breakdown or something like that, and then I would get into a play. So after it broke down my smoothing indicator, which is 9 EMA, I saw Apple constantly consolidate here, and then I was looking for some type of retest. Whether the retest was to the upside from 175 or 173, I was fine with. Once Apple broke below 173, I started to become bearish. All I wanted was a retest, and look what we got. We got our retest. Hopefully you guys can see that. We got our retest here. Okay, we got our retest at 173, and at that moment I decided to take puts. All right, so currently I'm winning on this play. Currently we're winning on this play. Currently we're making money on this play. 168.5 is the level I'm looking out for. If we break below 168.5, I will look for 167 and 165 next. Okay, those are the next key levels that I will be looking for. As far as long term, I don't know, because Apple keeps getting price upgrades. It got 200 price upgrade, it got 210 price upgrade, but I will be waiting for an opportunity to get back into calls so that those price upgrades can play out, okay? Because we are nowhere near 210, 200 and all that fun stuff. So I do expect more upside, but I think right now the main level I want to look out for, ideally I want to get in an Apple at 150 or 140. Will that happen? I don't know, but I'm hoping it does happen. I'm clearly hoping that the market drops. I'm not completely bearish. I'm not a bear or anything. I just play what the charts show me. Okay, so that's how I figured out Apple. That's how I figure Apple will continue to drop. Currently we're winning on the play. Hopefully it plays out this week. I normally don't swing over the weekend, but this was just too good of a play to let go. Next up is Nvidia. All right, now you don't necessarily have to trade Nvidia. You can look at AMD. AMD pretty much follows Nvidia or whatever. All the semiconductors pretty much follow each other. So if you want to go for a safer play, AMD is probably your safest bet. All right, so with AMD on the weekly chart, as you guys can see, we have a head and shoulders here. Okay, we have our shoulder here, shoulder here, and then we got our head up here. All right, but I wasn't trading based off the head and shoulders. I was trading off the break of our weekly support. Okay, currently we are breaking our weekly support on in AMD. Okay, how did I end up on AMD? I don't know, but it's pretty much playing the same way. Okay, obviously this is a good play as well. I was still looking at AMD, but I'm currently in Nvidia. All right, so we'll go over Nvidia after this. All right, so I meant to go over Nvidia, but I ended up on AMD. Whatever. All right, but same thing. Okay, AMD has a head and shoulders pattern, and as you guys can see on the weekly chart, we are slowly breaking down, and we broke below our weekly trend, our weekly support here. So I do expect AMD to see 90s level, 90s range. Okay, I do expect that to happen. If we go to Nvidia on a weekly, it's the same exact thing. Okay, we got a nice, I wouldn't say nice, but ugly head and shoulders pattern, but that's not what I'm trading based off of. I am trading off this double top here. We have continued to reject here, and we are slowly breaking back down. Okay, my price target on Nvidia right now is 163, and then the lowest I see it going is 168. I am fully aware that it does have earnings this week, so please be careful when you're trading Nvidia. All right, if we go to we also have a falling wedge. Okay, hopefully you guys caught that, but we also have a falling wedge on Nvidia. I think that's pretty obvious. All right, but even here on the daily chart, same thing. We have failed to get back up in this range. We continue to get up here. We continue to test this range up here. Let me point it out. Hopefully you guys can see it. We test here, but as you guys can see, we have weakened. Okay, we are continuously weakened. Okay, we keep getting weaker and weaker, and we have no longer have the strength to push any higher and retest this upwards trend again. So I think it's clear that we are breaking down for Nvidia. All right, I believe it's at 177 after hours, so we are pretty close to this support area, but I do think it's going to break much lower, and right now the support area is around 173, 170 range. Okay, the lowest I think it can go is 168. If it goes lower than that, then that's completely fine with me. I don't care. All right, but not only that, but we have broken below our 9 EMA, so definitely trading Nvidia. I like Nvidia. I like how it's looking. I like that it's showing weakness. I really like Nvidia to the downside for now. Okay, I think it's going to see downside heading into earnings. I think the whole market is going to see downside heading into this news this week, because right now there's nothing to really push the market to break its previous highs. All right, so it's storming here. Hopefully you guys don't hear like this loud thunder in the background, but if you do, I do apologize for that. But as of now, Nvidia and Apple, and if you want to play it safe for Nvidia, you can go for AMD. I think they're both one and the same. AMD, I will look for a 95 break. If it breaks below 95, we can even draw this out here, because this is just too obvious right here. We draw this out here. If it breaks below 95, and then I will look for a move to 190. I think it's going to be a pretty easy and smooth ride down to 90. Okay, did I say 190? I think I said 190. So best case scenario for AMD heading into tomorrow is that we just simply retest our 9 EMA and then we break back down. Okay, we just break further down and we go all the way to 90, 89, whatever the case may be. All right, well, that's if you're a bear. Okay, if you're a bull, then you obviously want to see a move back up here where we retest this gap. We'll retest this gap again. You take gap levels very seriously. They act just like resistance and support, and then we potentially retest our weekly support, which is right here, or weekly resistance now, which is right here, this red line, and then we break higher up. All right, that's what you want if you're a bull. Okay, I'm not saying it's exactly going to play out that way, but that's ideally how you want it to play out. All right, or you just want it to go straight up or straight down, which stocks don't do. All right, but overall, that's all I really have, guys. I hope you guys got something out of this video. Again, my plays are Nvidia and AMD. Well, yeah, they're one and the same. Nvidia, AMD, and Apple. Okay. Oh, let's go over Tesla. All right, because I always forget to go over Tesla. I don't trade Tesla that much. Okay, I just don't. But I like Tesla. Okay, I did trade Tesla this week. Okay, well, this previous week that just happened. All right, I'm bearish on Tesla. All right, I am bearish on Tesla, and I do think we're just going to get a simple retest of. I also thought we were going to get a retest of 900. We got pretty close. I said that Friday we should see a retest of 900 before we break further down. We could get that tomorrow. I'm not really counting on it, but I do think we're just going to further break down. All right, there's again no reason for Tesla tends. Okay, I'll say it this way: Tesla tends to have its own moments where it moves, separate from the market. But overall market, I just don't see a reason for anything to really go too high. All right. So what I was explaining on Friday to a few of the members or the few of associates or whatever the case may be is that right now on Tesla we have a rounded bottom. Okay, we have a nice rounded bottom, and this can potentially be a cup. All right, this looks like it can form into a cup, and I think right now Tesla is probably going to form its handle. All right, now where the handle potentially ends, all you do is you measure. Well, you start a trend line from the bottom or the middle of the cup from the bottom, and then you just draw it out. All right, right now it's looking like the handle could end at 800. All right, so if Tesla breaks down to 800 prior to split, I would definitely be looking for calls if I was you. But the lowest, if the handle just so happens to break or break below this trend, then the cup and handle is no longer valid. All right, and then you might want to panic. All right, so that's the play that I'm looking at right now. The lowest I think Tesla can go is 700. Do I think that's going to happen this week? Of course not. I don't think that's going to happen this week, but it is possible. All right, so playing into split, it really looks risky. That's why I personally won't touch it. I know last split we was playing it consistently, and I was talking about it on like every YouTube video, but this split I'm just not too sure about. Okay, it's just too much going on with Elon Musk and Twitter and all this other stuff. It's just a lot going on. But you guys can see clear as day that this cup is playing out. We just need the handle to form, and I think the handle is going to get as low as 800, maybe even 700. All right, when that happens, I am not completely sure. All right, but clear as day. All right, but that's all I have, guys. I know this was a pretty long video. I'm trying to be more detailed in my videos, so bear with me there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and until next time, guys, I will see you in the next video. Peace.